I hope that you're able to make the most of the season. I think that this is such a good year with how different it is, to remember that no matter what comes to us, we get to choose our response. So even if you're in a challenging moment or it looks different, we get to choose whether we make the most of it or, we just are upset that it's not the usual. So we can work with that as we practice. So no matter what pose we come to, you're able to just come into it and make it what your body wants. So let's start in child's pose, just to allow ourselves to breathe and come into our body. So your feet can be together, separated. Sink the hips back, reach the arms, and really allow your body weight to rest. Take a nice deep breath and see how much you can notice of it every second, just realizing the way the inhale feels and then the exhale feels. Give your body a chance to settle. And now, using our awareness, can you notice every space that you touch the mat? Just simply becoming more present in your body and in your moment. And then on your next scan, as you breathe, just notice what you're carrying. Notice if any muscle is saying something, if there's anything tight. And then when you're ready, come into your breath and notice it again. And really watch the rise and fall. Can you feel how your belly hugs your thighs? And choose to use that as an embrace of care. And with each exhale, see if you can melt a little bit deeper. Just allowing yourself to be. And now that you're aware of what your body is holding, maybe already start an intention to care for what needs cared for. And then one more deep breath like that. And as you inhale, start to rise up into all fours. So you can take it slow. Bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders and then guide your knees right under your hip joints. And finding alignment first. Think about your shoulder blades and take them behind you and let them kiss together just a little bit. And that might want to pop your belly down. So then I want you to hug the rib cage up. So you just feel like you're hugging your upper spine, front and back. And now lengthen head to tail. And so what that feels like is pulling up the low belly and the obliques. Take one breath, just holding it here. Notice how you feel. And then we'll do one cat-cow. So as you inhale, lift the chin and tailbone, extending the front body. And as you exhale, round the back body. You can even tuck the chin and wiggle a bit. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling. And then exhaling. And getting to know our alignment, let's find it again. So shoulder blades connect. And then ribs. Lengthen head to tail. So now that you feel that strength, we'll add a leg. So take one leg back, push into the ball of the foot, and then really press into the heel to stretch the calf muscle. So you can add a little pressure against the ball of the foot in the back. And notice if your alignment changed. Take your shoulder blades together, ribs in, and lengthen head to tail. One more breath if you like. You can lift your knee to hover your lunge, creating a little more heat in the midsection. And then knees will come down and we'll do one cat-cow to release that. So inhale, chin and tail. Exhale, mid-back lifts. And then we'll find our alignment. Shoulder blades connect. Ribs hug, lengthen the spine. Other leg. So take it back, press into the ball of the foot. And then we'll talk about spreading our weight. So can you think into each toe and push it down evenly? And try that with your fingers. And just notice how that might light up the core a bit. One more breath if you like. Lift the knee and hover your lunge. And then on this next exhale, downward dog. So hips lift and go back. And then exhale into it. So before we really set our alignment, go ahead and play. You can bend one knee, extend the opposite heel, maybe rock the heart side to side, move the hips. Take a few deep breaths. And then when you're ready to come steady, find a place of stillness. Think into your hands, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, add that pressure evenly throughout each finger. Start to spread it through the hand. Soften the knees and see if your hands can lift your hips. So feel the connection throughout the torso. It's as if your shoulders shrug and your belly lengthens. Yes, take one more deep breath, just feeling how alive and spacious you can make your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees, lift the eyes to the fingers, and then walk forward. And allow yourself to forward fold. And you can shake it out. So again, add that playfulness, rolling the shoulders, moving the hips. How can you make this pose something that feels good in this moment? And then we'll take a nice deep exhale. So really breathe out, seeing if that can lengthen your pose. And let's try that with one more breath. So inhale, let the body lighten. And as you exhale, see if you can lengthen head and tail. Knees bend a lot, eyes lift. Push the heels down to inhale, rise up. Stretching your body. And exhale, hands come down. And we'll find our first mountain pose. So take a look at your feet and then walk them to where they feel centered for your body. So knees in line with the toes, hips in line with the toes. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, sink into the feet. So if it feels good, close your eyes and see if you can add some pressure into the feet. All the way around the edges so the arches lift up. And then soften the knees, but keep the connection with the ground. Lengthen the tailbone down. And imagine your hip points opening like a book in front. So that just feels like a little bit of a low belly hug in. Shoulders come back again like you've been practicing. And then ribs hug in the same way that you just practiced. Now lengthen again, head to tail. Start to feel the obliques help rise you up in the middle. And then where would feel best for your hands today? Maybe you want them at heart center. Maybe you want to touch one hand to your heart, one to your belly. Or maybe you want them open next to you, a little more receptive. So find a place that's going to help your practice. And then take a deep breath in, again, noticing how you feel. And if there's anything that you want to cultivate in your life, take a moment to find an intention. So breathe it in so you can create a practice, a muscle memory around it. And if there's anything holding you back, take a moment to exhale and let go of whatever isn't serving you. And then with that in mind, when you're ready, open the eyes and inhale, reach up with your intention. So see if you can embody it. If it's strength, make it strong. Exhale, dive down again with your intention. How could you make this feel great? Hands to shins or under the toes and lengthen. Breathe in, flat back. Exhale, let yourself round. Knees bend, right leg steps back first for our first little lunge. Take a moment and reposition your knee over your ankle in front. Or it can be a little bit closer to you, ankle more forward. And then see if you can line up just like mountain pose. Can your knees be more in line with the middle of your toes? How about your hip joints? And then can you lengthen head to tail? So feel how you just lit up your core again. And then a nice deep breath. Exhale, feel the ground. If you want to twist, left arm, inhale, reach it up. So staying here, exhale, roll the shoulders back, and can you feel the ground again? So notice sometimes our knees will rock towards each other when we twist. So see if you can rock your knees out, line them up again with the midline of the toes. Yes. So take one more breath, just feeling expansive yet grounded. And then exhale, your left hand comes down, knees bend, step back to downward dog or child's pose, and just breathe. Take a deep breath. So if this is ever too much, just drop your knees, push back, puppy pose or child's pose anytime. The goal is to listen to your body today. Let it be unique each time you practice. So take a couple breaths, and this time just watch the ribs in your mind. Feel them open, feel them close, and just allow yourself to be. And then from that calm space, with strong hands, if you like, roll forward to plank. So you can be kneeling or lifted. And we'll find our alignment first. So shoulders together, and then ribs hug, and then lengthen head to tail. Yes, breathe. Just feel your strength. You've got it. And then exhale halfway or all the way down. Let the toes point back. Squeeze the glutes gently, and inhale, lift the heart. And now notice your spine again. Could you lengthen head to tail? So that might feel like pulling the low belly up and lengthening the back of the neck. Exhale, lay back down, and we're going to do that one more time. So as you inhale, lift up and really feel the muscles in your back strengthen. And then find your length again. Take up space. Exhale, let it go. Tip the toes, push and pull back to your downward dog, child's pose, or anywhere in between. And just breathe. Take a moment to notice your body before you move. What do you need? And could you adjust ever so slightly to care for your body? Inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees and right leg steps forward this time. So you're on your low lunge on the other side. And take a few moments to reposition your heel till it feels like it's in line with your knees, your toes. And then we'll find the ground again. So can you add a little pressure into all 10 toes? Can you lengthen head to back heel? Take a breath just to feel the ground so you can stay connected. And then keeping that connection, right arm if you like. Inhale, reach it up. And as you exhale, just feel the shoulders roll together behind you. So add a little strength. And then notice your knees. Can you line them back up with the feet if they rocked? Yes, great job. One more deep breath, just feeling the expanse and grounding. And exhale, hand comes down, bend the knees, step forward, and let yourself relax. This time, if you like, you can hug the elbows, hold on to them. Soften the knees a little more, and see if each exhale, you can allow your spine to feel heavier through the crown of your head. So just allow gravity to tug open the vertebrae and the muscles around them. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, let the arms go. Bend the knees, lift the eyes, let the circulation start. And then inhale, rise up, pressing down. So if you want a back bend, you can take your tailbone back and then lift your heart up. Nice deep breath. And exhale, hands come down to center. And we'll find our mountain. So take a moment to reposition your feet. So it's always okay if mountain walks away from you. That's why we practice. And then once you've found them, add that security through the feet downward. Soften the knees and see if you can really lift through the crown, hugging the belly in and shoulders back. And then take a breath. Where do your hands want to be this time? Maybe you want more care and you want to touch your center, or maybe you want your hands open to be more receptive. Take one deep breath just to check in, recenter, and maybe realign with your intention. And then from that space, inhale and reach up. So if you're cultivating something, can you reach up with it? What would it feel like? And then exhale, dive with it. Again, you get to create the way each pose feels. Hands to shins or under the toes and lengthen. Feel the back flatten. Exhale, let it go. Knees bend and left leg steps back first. Nice long lunge. So here it's going to really matter where your heel is. So make sure it's in front of the knee or under the knee. And then we're going to practice the spreading weight. So can you push down all 10 toes to really secure the back leg? And now if you want to rise, we're going to come to a high lunge. So inhale and reach up. So that's why the feet matter, because now all you have down is the feet. So take a moment, you can reposition. Then I want you to line up your knees and your toes again. So if they rock around just to try to help you, see if you can realign them. It'll help your joints. Arms up if that feels okay. And then exhale, shoulders go back. Now soften the knees a bit just to feel supple and fluid. Inhale. And exhale, if you want, arms are going to come back. And you can start with clasping the knuckles down towards your back heel, opening the heart up. And now scan down your back. Is there any vertebrae that feels like it needs space? And how could you adjust to give it? Sometimes if you bring something in the front end, that'll lengthen the back. Or if you simply think about lifting and lowering through the spine, it'll help. Now if you want one more thing with the hands, they can come together in prayer. And then if you want, you can even flip them up and take the shoulders back. So one more deep breath here, you've got it. Just let your heart open. And if something is challenging, how can you adapt to create a safe space within your body? One more breath, you've got awesome. And then exhale, warrior two. Put your heel down, move your toes towards your right, and open your arms wide. So take a moment here just to realign until your heel is underneath your knee or further forward and arms out. And knees are going to shine in the same direction as the toes. And then lengthen head to tail again, shoulders back. Gaze over your front arm and just take a moment to center. How do you feel? What needs cared for, seen, known? Take time to notice it. And then what can you breathe in and just choose to care for the rest of class? And so with that in mind, inhale and straighten your front leg. We're going to come to triangle. So my legs are usually too wide in warrior two, so you can kind of walk them together if that's the case for you. And then hips are going to tilt towards your left, arms to your right, and you can tilt down. So once you're there, finding your triangle pose is about straightening lines. So you want to take your shoulders back and see if your wrist to wrist can feel a little bit straighter. And then you want to think about your hips, especially your right hip, and take it back towards your left heel. And that's going to help straighten the spine, especially the right side waist. And really soften the knee beneath you just to make sure that that joint is healthy, safe, and secure. And then take one more deep breath. Can you take up space? Can you show up? Allow yourself to be fully here. And then when you're ready, soft knees, inhale, rise up. We're going to balance a bit. So we're going to do Revolve Triangle, which means you turn to your right and then step the left foot out a bit until you can really turn towards your right. So it's almost like you're starting warrior one, but we're not going there today. Soft knees, arms reach out wide. And then inhale, exhale, tilt to airplane. And then take your left hand down, right arm up. So now you're revolving your triangle. So you're turning towards your right. Yeah, that's it. And so this one for some bodies can feel a little awkward. So just embrace it. That's okay. Some things in life just feel awkward. So see if you can push down the outer edges of your heel. Lengthen again through the waist. And see if you can stretch wrist to wrist. So take one more breath, just thankful for your body. And moving through maybe an uncomfortable position. Feeling your balance. And then exhale, hands down. You did a great job. Lift your back heel, step back to downward dog or child's pose, and just breathe. Allow yourself to be. Take a nice deep breath. How's your heart? Can you open it, rolling the shoulders back? Or your knees, can you soften them to lengthen the tail? Take one cleansing breath. What would that mean and how would it feel for you? And then from that space, if you want the flow again, inhale forward to your plank. So we're going to pause one more time here. So shoulder blades connect first, and then ribs, lengthen head to tail. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale halfway down if you like this time, or all the way. And then inhale up. So same as last time, or up dog this time. So either pose, I want you to lengthen head to tail. Take one more breath, lengthening the spine, opening the heart. Awesome. And exhale back to your downward dog if you're in the flow. And then just breathe. Take 2 deep breaths. And I want you to notice your body and how can you make them feel good for yourself. And then when you're ready, inhale. And exhale, bend the knees and step the left leg forward between your hands. Now we're going to start securely in low lunge so we set up well. So lengthen your toes, line up your knees with the midline of your toes. And then when you feel like you're securely gripping the mat, you can inhale and rise up, whenever you feel good. And then take a moment, reposition until you do feel grounded, that all 10 toes feel like they can spread. Arms up as you're ready. And now add a little softening to your body. So the back knee is a little softer. Head to tail a little longer. And scan your body. What do you need to let go of that would help you feel better here? And then first with the arms, you can exhale, sweep them back. We'll start by clasping the fingers and taking the knuckles down. Yes, and how are your knees? Line them up. If you ever want to take a break, take a break. Listen to your body before my voice. Take a breath, care for yourself. What do you need? And then if you want to switch the hands, they come to prayer first and lower down. Or if you want, you can flip them up, get that little extra opener through the heart and the wrists. And then take one more deep breath, just grateful for this body and going through a challenge. And then when you're ready, inhale and rise up. So we're going to come to warrior two. So bring your back heel in, take a moment and reposition. So all of your toes face your left now. Arms out when you're ready. Find your knees and send them in the direction the toes are facing. And then lengthen head to tail and just feel your belly help you. That's where that engages. And then gaze down your front hand. And I want you to take that pause again. So notice your strength. And notice what you've just gone through, both sides. And if anything felt uncomfortable, how can you change it? Or adapt, or embrace, or allow it so that it feels a little bit better this time. So one more breath, just seeing your strength, engaging your triceps. And then triangle pose. Inhale, press off the front leg. Bring your feet together if you're like me and you like it a little closer. Hips to your right, arms to your left, and then tilt down. And again, no rush. There's never a rush here. So reposition until you feel like you're grounding into your feet. And now sweep your shoulder blades back as close together as they can be. Soften both knees to allow your blood to flow. And then see if your left hip can go back towards your right heel, lengthening your left waist. Well, what else could lengthen? Maybe it's the back of the neck that you could tuck your chin and feel a little bit longer head to tail. Just add space where you know you can. So one more deep breath here. And then inhale as you're ready, soft knees, rise up. And you're going to turn to your left. So here it is going to help if you do turn your feet as well to your left. It's a little bit harder if you keep them where they are. Up to you. And then soften the knees, shine in the direction of the toes. Inhale, arms out straight from the shoulders. Exhale to airplane, halfway down. Inhale. And then exhale, turn the right arm down, left arm up. So now you're revolving your triangle and turning to your left. So here to gain our balance, let's start with how we ground. So think about the outer heel, especially on the right side maybe because you're turning away from it, and press that down. And then lengthen the toes to grip your mat. Soften the knees. And again, lengthen head to tail, feeling your core help. And for the next 2 breaths, simply focus on the exhale. See if your belly can come in to massage you and help you turn. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands come down. Bend the knees, step forward. This time fold. Nice forward fold. Bend the knees and hug behind the legs this time. So here as you hug, this gives you an opportunity to round the back a bit more. So you can use your embrace to stretch into that nice curve. Now take a few deep breaths. In this restorative pose, allow gravity to help your body to unwind any tension or compression. Take about 1 more deep breath. And then staying bent, you just want to bend the knees. We're going to come down to a Hindi squat. So your toes turn out, your heels can come out. And we're just going to work our butt back. So one way to get there, if this just isn't there for you or it feels like you can't get there, is to sit back and then have your feet down, and you can almost push your body forward. And even if you have a pillow at home, you can sit on a pillow or a block. All right, so whatever you, even if you want to keep your butt down, you're still going to help your hips a bit. So go ahead, choose what you like. And then hands are going to come in the middle. Shoulders, take them back again. So again, we're just spreading the heart a lot throughout class. That's to remind us not to close down, but to show up that you've got this. Now lengthen head to your tail. We're just going to revolve gently. So take your right arm down and then your left arm up. You can just look to the left. Roll the shoulders back. Take another deep breath here. Inhale, and then exhale, hands to center, and we'll just switch. So left arm down, right arm up, and see if your shoulders can roll back. And press down your toes. Sometimes that'll help the way your knees feel. Just evenly press the toes. One more deep breath. And then as you exhale, hands come to the mat, and we're gonna lift our hips, turn the toes forward, heels back, so they're like the sides of an H, so nice and parallel. You can bend your knees, and we're going to place our hands palms up under our feet. So lift one foot, place your hand palm up underneath. You can massage that wrist, and then we'll do the same on the other side. So hand, palm up, and then just gently push into your hands, massaging the wrist, and breathe. So you can bend your knees as much or as little as you want. That's all about how your back feels. You can let your head hang. Take another breath, just be loose. And then gently lift the eyes and release one hand at a time. Walk the feet back to a secure position. Bend the knees and then inhale the whole way up. So you can rise on up when you're ready. Feel like a back bend, tail back, heart up. And exhale, let it go. And just roll it out a little bit. We'll do one more balancing pose before we come back down. All right, so whenever we balance or do anything, it's always nice to get that pause where you can just recenter, find your mountain and your purpose. So lengthen the toes, soften the knees, lengthen head to tail. So can you really drop the tail and just feel that your core is helpful? And then take a deep breath. Maybe you want to remember your intention that you started with, or maybe you have a new one that you're just going to be with your body in solidarity. Sometimes balance is tough. And then nice deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight over to your left and spread the weight around the foot so the arch lifts. Kickstand the right, and we're going to start in tree. So you can take your heel against your lower leg, lift it below the knee or somewhere above the knee. So you just want to avoid pressure directly on the knee. And then it's a little bit of a challenge. We often kick our hip out. Let's see if your hip can come and line up with your foot. So I know it's subtle, but it's tough. And then your knees, see if you can spread your knee open. So we're opening the hips. Shoulders back, and then arms. Inhale if you like, reach up. So here, you can have them anywhere you like. So it might feel a little more joyful if they're out, wide fingers, shoulders back, heart wide. Or you can even have them low. You can touch the back of your neck. Or even prayer. Now as you breathe, I want you to think about pushing the foot down. And see if your lift can come from there. So your belly lifts. Yes, you look awesome. So take one more deep breath. And if it's challenging, can you provide a space of comfort for yourself to be here? And make sure your standing knee is soft. And then your arms are going to come out just halfway. And take your right knee in front. And we're going to add a twist. So your left hand just touches your thigh. And then if you can, eye gaze turns back to the right. So to add to that, you just think about exhaling and hugging the belly. Shoulder blades connect behind to open the heart. And if you want, right leg can extend. You can even hold on to the outside of the foot or the peace fingers around the big toe. Shoulder blades, bring them back. And one more time, can you push down into your grounded foot to see how tall you can be through the crown of the head? Connect your body. Inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Awesome job. Cleansing breath. Inhale, reach up. Brand new side. Exhale, dive down, bend the knees. And then inhale, rise up nice and slow, rounding the back, getting a nice stretch, and rising up. All right, so awesome job. Balance is not easy. So shake it out if you want or grab your drink. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, feel down into the feet. Shift your weight to your right leg. Kickstand the left and then start to turn it. Heel can come up below the knee or above. See if you can line up the right hip again on top of that foot. Shoulders back, and yes, arms up wherever you want. And then take an exhale throughout the entire body. And can you allow this side to be brand new? Sometimes we write stories for our body or our lives because, oh, we just did that. Well, then this side is going to be like that. But the more you can have a beginner's mind, the more you can allow your body to surprise you. So what's it like? What do you notice that's different? And then take 2 more breaths and just be here with your body. Create a space of kindness and safety. Inhale. And exhale, arms out to shoulder height. Left knee is going to come off and reach forward. Inhale. And exhale, right arm is just going to touch your thigh. And as you breathe, if you want, eye gaze turns back. So that can be challenging some days, or if you're in a dark space. And then if you want to try to lengthen out the left leg or hold on to it, you can. And see how grounded you can feel into the foot and how lifted you can feel into your head. Roll the shoulders back. And how's your breath? Each exhale, hug the belly. Feel that embrace. And one more deep breath. You've got it. And then exhale, bring it down. Great job. Inhale, reach up. Just let that go. All that effort. Exhale, dive down. Hands to shins or under the toes and lengthen. Just breathing, renewing. Exhale, allow your body to fold and just be for a breath. Take another breath and just allow yourself to find the fullest you can in this pose. Inhale. And then exhale, and right leg will step back. We're going to create our pigeon next. So use your hands to help you lift the left leg so you can come to sit on the outside of your left butt cheek. If you don't like to get there that way, just come to sit. There's no real right way to get there. So your right leg is behind you. Knee can be bent, or if you have the flexibility, you can straighten that leg and then turn over towards your left. Now the left leg today. So if you want it to be a little gentler, just tuck your toe back towards your hip so that it's pointed. If you want it to be harder, you can flex your foot and just bring it up a bit. So again, that's all on how your body feels good today to stretch. Now I also like if you lift your hips and place them back down again, you might have a new opportunity to feel good there. Just kind of lets your body settle. Now inhale, let's start with the chest. Lift the chest up and then lengthen the back of the neck so the chin feels gently tucked. Back knee, can you wiggle your foot back, opening the hip? Inhale. And as you exhale, walk down. And if you want, even go over to your left a little bit just to get a long right side waist. But no matter what, I want you to have the permission to let go. You don't have to look a certain way or feel a certain way. Just allow your body to be for a moment. Each breath, feel your belly press against your thigh so that the low back can stretch a bit more. And each exhale, how heavy can you feel to let your muscles relax and renew? And take another deep breath here. Just gently flow the breath through the body. And then inhale and slowly walk it up. We're going to add a gentle twist. So the right arm is going to thread underneath the left arm and then turn to your left. So you're turning towards your bent knee here. And lay your head down wherever it's okay. If it doesn't quite hit the mat, you can always cradle it with a pillow or your arm. And then just breathe. Left hand, you could even teepee to help you push a little bit more into it. How's your breathing? Take one more deep breath. Get the most out of it that you can. When you're ready to inhale and rise, you can use your hands to help you lift. And then gently we're going to switch. You can just bring your back leg in and we'll come to a seated cobbler's pose. So your feet are together, open them like a book, and your knees are open. And that same little hip lift, if you use your hands, lift your hips and then sit back a bit. That's going to help you find your sit bones. Now hands behind to start. Inhale and lift your heart. Take 2 deep breaths and see with each exhale that you can allow the hip flexors to relax. They really want to help you here, but allow them to just relax. And then on your next exhale, take the heart forward until you feel like you're at your fullest stretch and your arms come in front and help you rest. You can tuck your chin and exhale down into it. Each exhale, allow the body to sink. Two more deep breaths. How could you come into your fullest in this pose? And then as you feel ready, inhale and use your hands to walk you up once again. So we'll switch sides. This time you can use your hand to help your left leg just come out and over to your left. That knee can stay bent, or if you have the flexibility and you want, you can straighten your leg. Turn your shoulders to your right. And then use the moment to see what you want with the foot. So maybe you do want it tucked in a little gentler, or maybe you want it flexed and lifted a little more strong in the stretch. And then try that little trick where you lift your hips and then you settle them back down. See how you feel. Starting with length, inhale, lift your heart, lengthen up. Feel that all the way into the hips. Back of the neck lengthens, breathe in. And then exhale with your length, walk down. And if you want, even a little side bend to your right. Tuck your chin and give all of your body weight into the stretch. Each exhale, how deeply can you let go? And use this moment to scan your body. And remember that first body scan of your class. And now notice what's different. What feels better? And what can you practice gratitude for? Take about 2 more breaths and really focus on the exhale. Focus on the hug of your own body to your legs. And as you feel ready, inhale and use your hands to help you walk up. And then finishing this pigeon with a twist. Left arm reaches open and then threads under the right. And you can nestle yourself down wherever you're going to be. Remember, there's no right way to look here. And I want you to just breathe. How can you breathe in a way that makes it feel a little bit better for you? Just like in life, if you're ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, is there something you can do? Keep bringing yourself back into that position of having a little bit of control in your life in a helpful, positive, healthy way. One more deep breath, really exhaling. And then inhale, and we'll push and rise up. So great job. This time, sweep your legs forward, and we're going to lengthen them so you can have your hips back. Use your hands and walk your sit bones back. And that's going to help you sit a little bit straighter. Flex your feet just to start, if that feels okay. If it doesn't bend your knees, that'll kind of give you a little more flexibility here. But if it feels good, you can flex your feet to start. And then inhale and sweep up. So that's just going to tug all the way down from the feet through the back. Reach, reach, reach. And then when you're ready, soften everything. Even the feet, even the neck. And each exhale, sink deeper. And just notice your breath here as you stay. I want you to watch it. Notice how good it feels to inhale and loosen, and how your exhales might take you deeper after that. And see if you can soften one more small space in your body. Something tight that you could let go of. And then when you're ready, inhale and very slowly walk it up. And exhale, bring yourself forward enough that you know you have room to lay back. We're actually going to come to fish pose. You can take your palm up under your butt, and then the other side, and you just bend your elbows and trust that they're going to be there when you come back. So once your elbows are down, you can lift your heart up. Tuck your chin if that feels good to look at your toes. If it doesn't, you can put your neck somewhere else, but just feel nice and long in the back of it. And take about 2 more breaths, stretching throughout the biceps and heart. Anytime you open your heart, it helps lift your mood and fight depression. So take another breath here. And then as you're ready, bend the knees and allow your body to lay back. Hug the knees in and just rock around. Rock your neck a little, rock your hips. Give yourself a little bit of freedom with movement. And then using our core a bit, we're going to lengthen our legs up. So you're going to start in legs up the wall. And then take the palms out next to you. So thumbs turn out, and that lifts and tucks your shoulder blades, which helps flatten your back, open your heart, and just feel your abs. Allow them to stay nice and strong. And then you're just going to lengthen one leg down, let it hover off the mat, and just reach energy out your toes. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, see if you can switch midair. And then pause. Take a nice deep breath in. So the goal here is if you feel like your belly doesn't change at all, it's really working to support your natural curve in your back. So if that's not happening, I want you to bend your knees and tap a toe down each time you switch. So there's options. Or you can just stay in legs up the wall. It's going to feel great. Last 2 here. Really energize energy out through the toes. Last set. You did a great job. Hug the knees in again. Maybe you want to rock because that made your belly or your back tense. And next we're coming to a happy base. I want you to take your knees outside of the ribs. Hold on to the inside of your feet or the outside. And then rock them side to side. When you feel like you've got enough of that, I want you to take your knees together and really tuck them up towards your shoulder and then drop them into a twist. So they're going to be a high twist. So it's kind of like your back gets a nice little round, almost like child's pose. And then turn away from your knees. And your hands can gently hug your legs on the one side and just open on the other. And take a few deep breaths to breathe the belly button towards the spine and relax yourself down. One more deep breath. And then with your strong belly hugged in, take your knees and just rock them over to the other shoulder. Tuck them right into the armpit. Hug them gently to create kindness in the body. And then look away from your knees. And really exhale. One more deep breath. And as you exhale, come back to center, and we'll go back to legs up a wall. But first, reach your legs, hands, head, and hips up for joyful child's pose. You can even connect to the toes or the shins. That's going to straighten your back. Really breathe. And then exhale, lay the head down. And the hands can come next to you or right underneath your tailbone. So if you lift your tail and put your hands under you, that's going to give a little more relaxation into the abs and hip flexors. And then just breathe. So this is like a miracle pose. It looks like you're not doing anything, but in reality, you're nourishing your body. Every joint below your hips, your circulation, and it even helps you sleep and balance your emotions. So just take a moment and allow yourself to be, trusting the mystery behind each moment. Is there anything you could relax to allow yourself to just be a little bit more? One more deep breath in, really feel it happen. As you're ready, release the hands if they're under you. And our last pose before we fully let go. Feet together, recline Cobblish pose. Let the knees rack open, feet on the mat, arms overhead to add a little back bend to your belly. Hands can even hug your elbows if that feels better. With each exhale, allow all of your body to sink. So again, in your restorative poses, allow yourself to just be. Trust the miracle that happens when you let go and your cells rebuild. And one more deep breath. Hands can help your thighs to bring your knees up together. And then just walk your feet apart. So your knees rock in, feet go apart. And that'll help your low back feel safe. And for a breath or two, I want you to guide one hand up under the left side of your chest to see if you can find your heartbeat, or if not, just the warmth of your body. And then the other hand, guide it down below the belly button. And breathe in a way that moves the lower hand. And I want you to feel these two signs, the heartbeat and warmth and your breath. And just notice how your body has always been on your side. It has loved you from the inside every single moment, no matter what you've been through. So just take a moment, grateful for your body and all that it's done. And notice how the ground is holding you, your body is holding you. You can let go and just be. So maybe you want to keep your hands there to keep building that relationship with your body. Or maybe you have a more comfortable position. So you can change your legs, change your hands if you like. Maybe grab something warm. And then once you've found your most relaxing position for the next few moments, I want you to take a nice deep breath and exhale. See how heavy you can become. See your weight as a gift. And then using our awareness to help cultivate a quicker pathway in our brain to calm. Start to notice all the sounds you can hear. And as soon as you hear a sound, practice imagining it as if it were a cloud and let it just pass away. You just get to observe it. It doesn't get to cause a reaction out of you. You get to be in control of your response. So just take another moment, see how close of a sound you can hear, and just practice letting it go, just observing it, witnessing. And then next, exhale again, feel the weight, feel yourself connect with the ground. And next, notice sensations. So how many temperatures can you feel against your skin? And just notice them. You get to choose to just witness. And then how many tastes, smells, and textures touch against you. Just see how much you can notice and practice letting go. Just creating that pathway to calm, non-reactivity. And then come back into your breath, feel the next one. And we'll come a little bit deeper inside now. So notice your forehead and the way that it feels. Take a breath. And as you exhale, smooth the muscles in your forehead. And then take another deep breath. Notice the muscles behind the eyes, cheeks, and jaw. And as you exhale, just smooth the muscles back. Inhale. And exhale, feel the back of the head. And let it sink so your neck can fully relax and soften. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, melt your heart open so your shoulder blades sink into the ground. Your next breath, notice your arms. And as you exhale all the way down into your hands, just let them relax and sink. And then breathe in and just feel your belly and your back. And as you exhale, let it all loosen, feeling relaxed and safe. Another deep breath in. Feel into the glutes, and as you exhale, allow them to sink so your hips feel wide and safe. And then feel inside your legs, a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, let them relax and soften. Come into your breath again. Start to notice every nuance of the way it rises. And then it changes into a fall. And then again, each breath brand new and a miracle. You've never lived this breath before, and you won't again. For the next few moments, whenever a thought or a feeling arises, no matter how often, just come back to your breath, trusting that this is how you cultivate calm. You let go and are able to relax. And just notice if your mind went anywhere and come back to your breath for just another moment. Before you move, I want you to really notice what feels relaxed, safe, open, and anything else that's positive. And I want you to spend 15 seconds and soak it in. Science shows that 15 seconds will create a stronger neural pathway to what is good. So what feels good that you can hold in your consciousness? And then if you feel comfortable with it, if there's any challenging things within your world at this moment, and that feels safe enough to do so, bring it to mind. And can you hold that in your mind and now also come back to this calm space in your body? Cultivating a way to remain calm, even in those future situations. If that's too much, just let it go and focus on the breath and just be allowing yourself to have a moment of rest. And then one more deep breath. What are you grateful for? What do you love at this moment in your life? Soak that in and breathe it in. Create a moment of joy. And then exhale, let go of all that effort. Just feel the body against the ground, coming back into your room. You can start to move your fingers and toes, feeling them wiggle around. And then roll your wrists and your ankles to wake up the body a little bit closer to center. And then what would feel great next? Do you want to hug the legs? Do you want to rock them around? Lift them, lengthen them, anything that'll feel great. Listen to your body, it has wisdom. And then after your stretch or your movement, roll to one side and allow yourself to be on that side for a few breaths. So as you're here on your side, allow yourself to just nestle in, to again feel held, and to remember that you don't have to hold the world up. It's holding you. You're allowed to just be a human being. So take one more breath, feeling cared for. And then in your own way, you can use your top hand to press up, to sit nice and tall. Find your seated posture. And we'll finish with a deep breath together. Inhale and reach. Feel that stretch. And exhale, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me and doing this for your body. I am so grateful that you choose to do this.